I hope this is a good story for you guys. You know, when I think back of times with my dad and I want to remember certain events that happened, just a few stand out, and this one is one of my favorites. When I was in seventh grade, I used to love to go fishing. It's probably when I started to really discover fishing. I would go to the end of the street and I would go to a pond that we called Parnell's Pond. And it was at the end of Robin Road in a town called Doylestown, which was north of Philadelphia. I remember that day because it was a Saturday and I got up early and I liked to be the first one there. And like normal, like I do even still today, I got up 7:30 in the morning, was down at the pond fishing at 8 o'clock, enjoying my peace and quiet, only to be soon disrupted by the neighborhood bully. Chris and Timmy came down. Chris was a wrestler. Wrestling was a real big deal in that area. And Chris had me probably by half again my own body weight. So I had no chance in fighting the guy. And Timmy was his little cheerleader that would come around and just poke you in the chest as he was teasing you. So I remember these guys came down and they were making fun of the way I was fishing, making fun of the gear, telling me my bobber was too close to the weight, my weight was too close to the hook. They made fun of the way that I tied the knot. And it's kind of like telling a person who doesn't know how to tie his shoes. And I remember soon after I went home and kind of hung my head. I was like, forget it. I'm just going to go home and avoid the confrontation altogether. My dad perceived that I was not feeling really good. And he said, hey, what's going on? And I said, well, I was just at the pond and these guys were bullying me a little bit. And he goes, well, what did they say? And I said, well, they made fun of all my stuff and they told me I couldn't make a knot. And he said, well, why don't I teach you how to tie a knot? I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, I can teach you the fisherman's knot. And I remember thinking, wow, there's an actual fisherman's knot? And it was a knot that he knew, and I know it's not that special. I think it's even the trilene knot. But it was something that was unique and something that I didn't know. So I was like, hey, yeah, teach me. So I remember him teaching me how to tie this knot. And I sat there all afternoon tying it and retying it, messing it up, fixing it, and trying to make it work. And now that I'm 52 years old, I've come away from that situation. I think of all the different things that my dad could have told me to do. Grab a stick, fight the kids, lose your mind and go after them, get revenge, whatever he could have taught me. He chose to sit down and teach me how to tie a knot. And I thought, that's kind of cool because I don't know if my dad at that time understood what he was teaching me. If he was saying, hey, you don't need to take this confrontation head on. You can just improve your skills and not worry about what other people say about you. Or if he realized that when he taught me how to tie that knot, he wasn't teaching me how to tie a knot. He was actually tying a memory to him and I that would last a lifetime. You see, every time I'm out fishing and I cut off a lure and I go to tie on another, and let me tell you, I fish a lot. I fish 2-3 times a week and I'm cutting off lures 5-6 times a day. But every time I tie that knot, I think of my father.